Working online, ideas and some advice. Welcome to our webinar on online work, a modality that has experienced a real boom in recent years thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. Together, we will share some background information, the pros and cons, and some tips so that you can make an informed choice and apply for a job in the digital world. Follow us on this journey and open yourself up to the possibilities that distance working offers. Session 1. What does it mean to work online? 1.1 Remote working and smart working. Are they the same thing? Remote working and smart working are both terms used to describe flexible working arrangements that allow workers to carry out their tasks outside the traditional office. However, there are subtle differences between the two concepts. Remote working refers to performing work activities from a location other than the central office, thus involving working from home, co-working spaces, or any other environment that offers the necessary resources to get the job done. It relies on technology and digital communication to connect with colleagues, collaborate on projects, and stay in touch with the organization. Smart working is a broader concept that goes beyond remote working as it focuses on results and work-life balance. Smart working aims to create a working environment that allows employees to have more control over their time and tasks, enabling a better integration of personal and professional life. That is why remote working cannot always be identified with smart working. 1.2. What possibilities are open to me? Some examples. The world of online work is constantly evolving and full of opportunities. We indicate a few paths which you can choose from and even combine according to your aptitudes, preferences, and goals. Freelancing. Freelancers work on projects. As a freelancer, you can offer your skills and specialized services, e.g. writing, graphics, web development, on a contractual basis. You can choose your own clients, projects, and working hours. If you are looking for autonomy and variety in your work, freelancing is an attractive option. Remote employee. In this case, you work as an employee of an organization, but communicate with colleagues and perform your tasks from your preferred location, connecting to the company's servers. Remote employment eliminates travel and promotes a better work-life balance. Digital entrepreneur. Do you want to set up your own online business? It is an engaging and challenging proposition as you have to identify market needs, develop innovative digital solutions, and use digital platforms to reach a wider audience. The possibilities are endless, but it takes hard work and method. Online teacher or coach. If you're good at teaching or mentoring, you might consider providing educational content, courses, or personal development services through virtual platforms. Some examples of jobs you can do online. Here is a list of the most popular ones: e-commerce, social media manager, online teacher, personal trainer, online beauty consultant, content creator for the web, graphic designer, web designer, virtual assistant, customer service, website testing, surveyor, proofreader, accountant, data entry. 1.3. How can I find the right route for me? Before choosing which online job path to take, you need to carefully assess your skills, goals, and aspirations. Remember that working remotely requires self-discipline, motivation, and considerable effort to find opportunities. 1. Identify your skills and goals. What are you naturally good at? What are your areas of interest? What work experience have you had? This will help you identify the type of remote work that best reflects your strengths and passions. 2. Search for remote job opportunities. Search for job roles that match your skills and interests on the various platforms, job boards, and websites dedicated to remote work, such as remote.co, FlexJobs, and Upwork. 3. Develop and enhance your skills, especially digital skills. Take advantage of online courses and tutorials to improve and acquire new skills. 4. Set your goals short and long term. What do you hope to achieve? Do you seek financial independence, work-life balance, or personal growth? The goals you choose will help you make decisions in choosing your career path. 5. Think about your life. Think about the lifestyle you aspire to have as a remote worker. Are you looking for complete independence, the possibility to travel while working, or a better work-life balance? Long-distance work offers different levels of flexibility to suit the way of life you want. 6. Think about setting up a dedicated work area where you can concentrate without too many distractions. Make sure you have a reliable internet connection and any equipment or software needed for your specific job. Session 2, Pros and Cons of Remote Working. Do point 1 pros. Flexibility, accessibility, comfortable environment, elimination of commuting.
What are the advantages of working remotely? I have identified 3. The first relates to all those disadvantages of commuting, i.e. going to and from work, which not only takes up a lot of time, sometimes an hour to go and an hour to come back, and takes time away from one's private life, but also from the hardships of commuting, the train, parking the car, walking to the office. Sometimes one arrives at the office already tired. The second advantage is the immediacy of the work. When I am ready, I get on the computer and start working. When I am tired, I stop and can devote myself to an activity for a few minutes at home, which helps me distract myself for a moment to be fresh again. The third is the absence of the typical interference that there is usually in an office, such as the colleague talking on the phone, the client coming in to talk to the secretary, the postman's deliveries, especially in those offices where there are no bulkheads, so there is a lack of privacy. The noises, the hubbub, the questions of the colleague who, because you are nearby, starts asking you something. These can be absolutely reduced. Being at home working in isolation, this does not happen.
2.2 Cons. Social isolation, lack of structure and discipline, fewer networking opportunities, startup costs, imbalance between work and personal life, potential distractions.
As for the limitations and difficulties of working remotely, they might be the same as the advantages, but seen from the opposite side. I would first mention isolation and loneliness. Being alone in front of a PC when working remotely can be tiring, burdensome, sometimes even a little sad or depressing. A second element of difficulty is the lack of immediate confrontation and exchange with colleagues. If I need to understand something or ask a question, I cannot simply turn to my colleague, ask and solve it immediately. A third element of difficulty is the autonomous handling of certain problems. I have to find creative solutions on my own to those problems that, because I do not have colleagues or other resources typical of office work, require an autonomous approach. The last point, which I also believe is very important, concerns long-distance communication. Every meeting or exchange must take place via the telephone or tools such as Zoom, Skype, etc., and the famous online meetings, which in the long run can be very burdensome. They are distracting, tiring, and full of temptations.
And remember to be disciplined, maintain a work-life balance, do networking.
The advice I would give to those who have to deal with working remotely is to create an environment in which remote work can be enjoyable, so that you can love remote work and not suffer it. Become protagonists and enterprising actors in this work, perhaps using tools or objects on the table, or adopting special ways of using the PC so that the work can be really enjoyable. The second thing, in my opinion, is the scheduling and planning of work. Remote work can be very distracting, so having a schedule to write down the 5 or 6 things that you absolutely must achieve in that day is important. It is useful to mark when you have completed them and to proceed in that way, always comparing yourself with what is a kind of planning of the working day. And the third thing I would say is absolutely discipline. In order to execute the program and stick to the planning that we have done, you need a lot of discipline. So it is important to fight against the distractions that can occur even at home in front of a PC, and to resist the temptation to think that because no one is watching and we have no colleagues around, we can do whatever we want. Solid discipline is crucial for successful remote working.
Session 3, How to search for and apply for a job at a distance. 3.1, Looking for job opportunities. Online, identify your skills and interests. Search online for job listings. Build relationships. Create your online portfolio.
Start by identifying your skills, experience, and areas of interest. Consider your past experience, level of education, and acquired skills, and relate them to remote jobs that most closely align with your skills and aspirations. Then, explore the most popular job boards and online platforms in your country, such as FlexJobs, Remote.co, Upwork, Freelancer, and LinkedIn. Familiarize yourself with their features, search options, and application processes to maximize your chances. As networking remains a valuable tool in the remote job search process, connect to professionals in your field via LinkedIn and other virtual communities and build relationships. If your work is visually or creatively oriented, consider developing an online portfolio to demonstrate your skills and abilities to potential remote employers. Show your previous projects, examples of your work, and any relevant achievements.
3.2, Present yourself with an online profile built on the needs of remote working. Introduce yourself. Describe your key competences. Prepare a convincing cover letter. Manage the interview. Continuously update your profile.
Creating a convincing online profile is a great way to show your skills and potential. Use clear and concise language. Start with an introduction that highlights your enthusiasm, emphasizes your desire to learn and grow. List your key competencies in your profile, both technical, e.g., software expertise, digital marketing, data analysis, and communication and work organization skills. Highlight any personal projects, initiatives in which you have participated and include your educational and training background. Make sure your profile is free of grammatical errors and typos. Prepare a covering letter. Prepare one for each application so that they are perfectly consistent with the requirements and the role for which you are applying. If you get the interview, prepare properly. In the next unit, you will find some useful tips. You regularly update your online profile with new skills, experiences, and achievements as you acquire them. This demonstrates your commitment to personal growth and development.
3.3. Prepare for the interview. Research the company. Learn more about the role you will be interviewing for. Test your computer and choose a comfortable space. Prepare responses and questions. Dress professionally and be punctual. Manage the interview. Pay attention to body language. Send a thank you message after.
Remote job interviews are similar to face-to-face interviews, but with a focus on technical aspects and virtual communication. Inform yourself about the company's mission, values, and products or services so that you can intervene appropriately. Carefully review the job description and prepare some examples of how your skills match the role. Try to avoid technical problems during the interview. Make sure that your internet connection is stable and that video and sound on your computer or other device are working properly. Choose a quiet, well-lit space so that your face is clearly visible on the camera. If you are not used to video interviews, practice with a friend or record yourself. Anticipate possible questions and prepare appropriate answers. Also, prepare questions to ask the interviewer about the company, team, or role in order to show interest and involvement. Show your skills, adaptability, and willingness to learn and emphasize your ability to work independently, manage time effectively, and collaborate remotely. Even if you have no previous experience of working remotely, highlight any relevant skills that demonstrate your ability in that context. Listen carefully to the interviewer's questions and comments. Show enthusiasm. Positive energy leaves a lasting impression.
Our webinar has ended. With this guidance, we hope we have helped you to better understand online work in relation to your life and work aspirations. Good luck!